Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Raja from IIT Madras. So in this video, I am going to share a complete strategy to clear the upcoming IITM BS Qualifier Jan 2024. So as you might know, the next qualifier exam for IITM BS Data Science or IITM Electronic System is going to happen in the month of February. So you have almost 30 days or almost a month to prepare for it. So even if you have not started yet for it, so this video will be quite helpful for you. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how to proceed uh, and how to prepare for it. So please watch the video till then, and I hope this video be will prove very helpful to you. So let's see. So here I am with this IIT MBS qualifier Jan 2024, and this is the complete strategy that you need to follow to secure a good mark in this. So as you might know, so you have four subjects in total: maths one, stats one, and computational thinking and English one. So all these four subjects you have to prepare simultaneously, and you have to score a minimum average score in each of them, as well as in cumulative you have to score. So I think it is for general category I am saying you have to score a minimum score 50% in overall. So the average of all the scores in all the sub four subjects need to be 50%, and in one particular subject you have to score 40% each. So be clear in your mind that you need to score at least 50%. So 50% score is the safe score, and you need to score at least this score. But the 70% will be quite good. So if you have prepared enough, I will suggest you to score at least 70%. So in this case, you have the liberty to choose all the four courses if you want. Otherwise, even if you want, you cannot proceed with the all four courses. You will score less. So this needs to be clear in your mind. And there are four subjects in total. You have to focus uh, particularly on some subjects, and you can neglect some other subjects. So let's see how to proceed in that direction. Apart from that, as you might know, the application has already ended. So it last date was 14th Jan, and you have the exam on 25th Feb, which is Sunday. So how many days do you have in total? That is the first question. So you need to be clear about the schedule. So uh, as you might know, the class will start officially on the 19th January 2024. But the videos are already public, so many of you, I think, have watched at least some videos, so you might have some fair idea how the videos will be and how the content will be. So that does not matter. Anyway, if you calculate the total number of days, you have total 1 month approx. So in 1 month, you have to cover all these four subjects, and you have to be clear, and you need to focus basically on week 1 to week 4. So right now I am telling about only the qualifier. So first focus only week 1 to week 4. So if you are clear, if you become clear in week 1 to week 4, then other journey will become quite easy. But at the same time, let me warn you that this qualifier, that is week 1 to week 4, is just the climax of the movie. The real movie starts after that week. Even the foundation level is quite easy. The real data science course starts from the diploma level. So finish as early as possible this foundation level and be clear with it. So that is also important. Apart from that, you need to be clear about the dates when the content will be released and when the assignment. So there is some cutoff for the assignment also. So make sure you submit the assignment on time. This is also important from the cutoff perspective as well as from your understanding perspective, because if you do not solve the assignment on time, it will pile up as you move on, and this is not good. So solve the assignment on the time, and it will also help you to increase your understanding. So this is the dates actually. Week 1 will be released on the 19th January, and you have the time till 31 January for the submission of assignment. But I will suggest you finish as early as possible. You need to finish the assignment as early as possible. Finish as early as possible. This is very important. You do not wait till 31 January. Do not take it as a burden kind of thing. Take it as your responsibility. Take it as from the learning perspective. So watch the video, take the learnings from it, solve the question, and whatever you know, just submit the assignment. So will be your first version of the assignment. This will not be the final version. So, and as you move across as you move in the course, then look again in the assignment that your answers are correct or not. Then revise your answer and submit again. You can submit as many times. So at the end of this deadline, just check whether all your answers are correct according to you or not. And if you are satisfied, then done. So then that will be the final version. So for assignment, you need to submit as many as time, and if you submit as many as time, then it will increase your understanding and it will help you build the concept. And if you solve the assignment very honestly, very carefully with your understanding only, then definitely this will be quite helpful in your main exam, in your qualifier exam. So just take the note of this uh, timelines and make sure you submit on time. You will get enough time to submit the assignment, but I have seen many students do not submit, do not take it seriously. That's why I have written these dates. Then the next question is, how much hours do we need to devote on each subject per week? This is a very common question. But let me tell you, this depends on yourself only. It can be different for different individuals. So it does not matter at all how much hours you are devoting. The thing which matters is how much actual hour you are devoting in which you are actually learning. For example, if you are watching the video without understanding anything, just playing the video, it will not help. The it will add the word that you are watching the videos for 3 hours, but you are not learning anything. So that is the I have written some standard timeline, but it does not matter at all. It totally depends on yourself. You need to judge yourself that how much hours do I need to devote. If I am the slow learner, I need to devote more hours. And if I am the fast learner, I can go with the small number of hours. So in some video, I also suggest watching 2x. So that 2x thing is particularly useful if you are clear with the concept beforehand. So if you have studied that concept before also in your some previous classes, then you can watch in the 2x, because that is just a repetition of concept and it is only revising your concept. So you can just watch in 2x. But if you are learning the concept for the first step, just watch in the 1x only. Give it some time so that you can grab the concept. So in particular, you need to devote that is their total 24 hours per day. But you need to devote at least 4 hours per day, which will be more than sufficient if you are devoting it honestly and sincerely. So you need to devote 4 hours per day for all subjects. For example, you have maths, stats, English, and computational thinking. So you need to devote 4 days. So it can be 1 hour of the math, 2 hour of the stats, and point 1, 0.5 hours of English, 0.5 hours of computational thing. So you need to manage like this. But you need to devote at least 4 hours per day cumulatively of all the subjects. And if I will talk about the week, in a week you need to devote 12 hours per week per subjects. For example, for maths, you need to devote 12 hours per week at least. Similarly, for stats, for English, but you can adjust all these things according to yourself, because maybe for some English is quite easy. So in that case, they do not need to devote much in that case. They can easily give the less number of hours to English and then focus on other subjects. But for someone who is from Hindi medium, then the English will be quite difficult subject. So in that case, they need to devote equal amount of time to English as well. So it totally depends on you. So you need to understand that thing. Then the next question is which subject to focus more. So as I discussed, so it totally depends on yourself, but I have suggested this basic uh, flow diagram like that, that the main subject in which you may face difficulty, as many students face difficulty, is the maths and the stats, because it involves a computation and it involves a critical thinking, which you will not be able to learn and gather if you do not practice, if you do not devote your time. That English, that thing you can learn by memorizing, by rote learning, but this math and the stats you cannot do by this. You need to give your time, you need to practice, you need to do something if you are, if you want to learn maths and stats. For computational thinking, it also depends on your uh, practice, because if you watch the lecture of the computational thinking, you will not find much content in that. So I will suggest for computational thinking, just watch the lecture like a story, take the learning, but uh, you might find that in that the concept is explained in a very beautiful manner, but there is a very less structured content. Like that, you will not find the exact definition of the something. So in that case, you need to practice on the question and you need to understand, and you can attend the live session also. So I will discuss about this more in the later part. So then the so this is the flow diagram. So give equal amount of time to maths and stat. They should go hand in hand because the contents are also quite similar. So if you give similar amount of time to maths and stat, then it will be quite beneficial. Then computational thinking, then the English. But it also depends on yourself. You can modify this also. Now the question is where to study. So in comment section and lot of personal interaction, I used to get this question from where to study, like what are the study materials. So I honestly, in my perspective, the lecture videos of the most subjects are more than enough. So if you watch the videos honestly, uh, with a learning perspective, then the lecture videos are more than enough and they are really good for foundation level, at least for the first term. The most of the subjects have the really good content, so you can rely very much on the videos only. So watch the videos and then you will get the concept, the solve the activity questions. So your flow should be like that: watch each videos, after each videos solve the activity question immediately. So activity questions are very important because they will judge you whether you are able to understand the concept, whether you are able to apply that concept or not. So that is very important. And do not do like that, solve all the activity question at the end. Always solve the activity question just after watching the video. And after watching the video, use that principle. Can I explain? So after watching the video, just try to explain the concept whatever you have learned to yourself only. So if you are able to explain to yourself, then it means you have learned the concept. So then after that, after all watching all the videos of that particular week, go with the practice questions. So you, in the practice question, you will find the solution as well. So just solve the question whatever you are getting, then look in the solution question by question. So solve first question, solve by yourself. Whatever answer you are getting, just compare with the extended solution, whatever it is given in the solution document. So if you do that like that, your understanding will develop, and eventually in the end, you will realize that you have learned the most of the concept, and you will be able to apply that concept if you face any real question. Then after the practice question, go with the graded question. So the graded question are just the extended from the practice question. So if you are able to solve the practice question, then in the most cases you will be able to solve the graded question as well. Because the concept is also quite similar. And then the PYQs are also important. So the PYQs you will find in the various sources. Just get from where you will get. So just solve the PY question of that particular week. Just go to the just solve the question related to that particular week and see if you are able to solve that question or not. So if you are not able to solve the question, just search the solution where you can search. Then dispose is also important. In the dispose, you will find the several question of that particular week. So you can just take a look at that also. So this should be the flow from where to study. And if you want to study more, so if you want the extra material, then in that case for the qualifier, especially for the maths and stat, NCRT is more than enough. So that's why if you are from the mathematics background and you have to study the NCRT class 11, 9, 10, then you then the qualifier will be quite easy for you. So just go with the NCRT. So there are particular chapters for stats and maths. So just go to check the NCRT book. You will find the book PDF in the internet. So check the class 9, 10, 11, and 12th book. So just check which chapter is aligning with the concept which you have studied in the video, and just take a look and just try to understand, and you can watch the similar kind of video for the answer. So in that way you can build up the concept. And apart from that, I do not think you need to study from the extra book. uh, and uh, then then I am going to discuss the subject by subject. So how you have to deal with a particular subject. This is in general. Then let's see for the maths first. So this is the most difficult subject as I have seen in the qualifier. So many students feel difficulty in the maths. So it is a general opinion like that math is a difficult. So so lot of students just fear by this aspect, but it is not like that. So if you see the syllabus, so you will have set theory, number system, relation and function, coordinate geometry, lines and equation, quadratic equation, polynomials. So all these things are just the uh, crux of the NCRT, I can say. So if you see the NCRT class 9, 10, 11, and 12, so you will find a lot of chapter which will align totally with these concepts. So, for example, in the class 9, you will find the number system, relation function, like that. So, I will also give you the specific chapter. If you find difficulty, just comment and I will provide you the specific chapter which you need to study for the maths one from the NCRT. But these topics are easily available in the NCRT. So if you want the external, so just go to the NCRT. Apart from that, I do not think you need to study any extra material. Apart from that, there is also live session. So do attend the live session you have time. Otherwise, you can skip that also if you are clear with the concept. So just you need to judge yourself. If you are able to solve the question, you can skip the live session. Otherwise, do attend the live sessions. So in this, let me explain you. So the set theory is quite easy. So you will not fit much difficulty in the set theory. So even if you are encountering it for the first time, set theory is quite easy. So you can easily deal with that. Similarly, number system is also easy. And the main difficulty in which you might face uh, the relation and function uh, can be termed as a difficult. So because there are a lot of functions and a lot of relations like one to one on to in which you might face a lot of descriptive and lot of graphical question as well as analytical question. So in that you might face difficulty. Similarly, coordinate geometry can be also be difficult, and the lines and equation should be easy, and then coordinate function should be in difficult category, and the polynomials can be termed as a medium category. So uh, if you so, but you need to focus on all the concept. But I just rated them. So in which you need to focus more. So basically, you need to focus more on the relation and function. So a lot of question will come from this topic. Coordinate functions are also very important, and coordinate geometry. So if you are clear with these three topics, then all this topic will follow, and you will not face much difficulty. So this is about the maths one, and just watch the live sessions and the videos. That will be more than enough, I suppose, and solve the assignments and then activity questions like it. Then in stats, actually in week 1 to week 4, uh, in initial week, you will find a lot of descriptive questions. So first there is a descriptive type question, and then week 3 and week 4, there will be numerical type questions. So, uh, so in week 1 to week 2, the ma'am who taught this subject has taught it quite well, and you will not face much difficulty in this. So there's a descriptive and inferential statistics skills of measurement, nominal, ordinal, interval ratio, categorical and numerical data. So basically these topics will cover week 1 and week 2 most of the uh, part. So focus on these topics. Descriptive, what is descriptive and inferential statistic, what are the different scales, what are categorical and numerical data. So from this you will face only descriptive type question, and they are quite a repetitive questions. So if you solve the PYQ, you will understand what type of question you will face. So just solve the PYQ's practice question, you will get the trend, and you can easily solve the question, new question if you see. So that will be not much difficult. So the main difficulty in which a student might face, so this part. So from this part, you will find the numerical types question. So you need to solve the question. There's some data, you need to find its mean or median. You need to find its variance, range, interquartile range, 5 number summary, like that. So for this, you need to solve the question. For that, you need to do practice. Just so there's some concept, there's some formula. So you need to understand the formula, apply the formula. But the main thing is practice. If you practice, then you can easily crack this stats. And in the later part of video, we will find the association between variables. That is correlation coefficient. That is also based on a particular formula. So if you are clear with the formula, just solve the questions based on that formula. You will find it quite easy. So there are some particular topics from which uh, in every qualifier the question is confirmed. So you need to focus on that topic first if you are facing difficulty. And then there are some percentile, quartile, and the charts also. So that is all about the stats. So in the stats also, if you are facing difficulty, just go to NCRT, see the relevant topics of the NCRT, and then that will be more than enough. And if you're even if you're facing difficulty, just to go with the live session. Next, we have computational thinking. This is actually quite different subject, because in the stats and maths, there's a particular flow. Like if you solve the question, you will get the concept, and then if you face the new question, you can. But this computational thing is quite abstract in nature. So if you see the lecture also, so you will find like it is quite a story kind of thing. But if you're, when you are so when you start solving the question, you will not be able to solve the question many times. So actually, they try to um, explain the concept through different aspect instead of just telling you what are all the definition like that. So in that case, I will suggest you just watch the video just like a story first. So if you are able to understand the story behind, understand the motivation and the learning behind it, then it is quite fine. Then even if you are not able to understand, go with the live session. So in this case, live session is quite mandatory kind of thing, because in live session you will see how you have to solve the question actually. So that is important. So if you see the topics, there are very less topics, not much topics, but the question revolve around these topics only, like variables, initialization and assignment, iteration and filtering, selection. You will find a lot of pseudo code, and then you will find the this or not and operators, nested iteration. Like so, the trick here is you need to solve the question. So if you solve the question, you will see the flow or the concept, and you can attend the live session. And in this case also PYQ is must. So if you are not solving PYQ, then the computational thinking will become quite difficult. And there's also a particular book for this computational thinking. Uh, but in that also you will not find the quite similar content. So if you want some book regarding computational thinking, I will suggest you go with Sumita Arora, which is applicable in the during class 11th and class 12th. So just see some initial chapters of the class 11 so that you will get the concept, what is the variables, what is iteration filtering, and what is this operators kind of thing. And in this subject they do not tell you some specific language, but in later part you will find the Python and Java, C++, C programming. So all these programming languages are based on this computational thinking. So you need to focus basically on the iteration, then selection and filtering. And pseudocode is also important. You need to understand how the pseudocode is working actually. So if you are able to understand the pseudocode, then your big problem is. Then at the end we have English 1. So I do not think you need to invest much time in this. That's why I have written very basic and very easy to clear. So you, even if you do not much time, I think you will definitely pass the subject minimum marks at least. So you can devote whatever time you can devote in this. This subject do not require much strategy in comparison to other research. So at the end, there is one another thing. What is how to manage the time during the exam? So actually, the if you do not know about the structure of the exam, so it will be like 4 hours, I suppose. So in 4 hours, you have to solve 4 subjects, and it is cumulative time, so you can devote any time in any subject. But at the end, you have 4 subject, 4 hours, I suppose. Uh, 4 hours or 3 hours kind of thing. Mm, I do not know much. I do not know much, but yeah, it is 4 hours only. So you have 1 hours per subject. So and so you have very much time to devote, and then so you can devote more time in maths and stats, then computational thinking, and then in English. So like that, so you will get enough time. Believe me, you will not face the lack of time, and even you will not get much question uh, like it may be like in stats, uh, there might be only 20 question. Similarly, in maths, only 15 questions. In English, there might be more question like 50 question. So there will be very less question, but they will be of high marks. So you have to uh, mark the answer very carefully. And the question pattern can be NAT, numerical type question, MCQ kind of thing, multiple select kind of thing question in which you have the multiple option which can be correct. And if you mark any of the wrong option, you will not get the final marks. For example, you have 4 option and the correct answer are these two, but you mark that this, and this. Then even if you mark these two correct options, but you have marked one incorrect option also, so you will get 0 marks. So and this can be of the 5 marks question. So in that your marks will be reduced. So if in this type of question, if you are facing difficulty, just mark the answer, uh, whatever answer you are sure. For example, if you mark this option only, you will get at least 2.5 marks instead of 0. So that should be approach. And if you are sure, you can mark the both options. So here the thing is like that. And there is something called calculated guess. So in many question, even if you do not know the answer, you can do some calculation and guess. So that is called a calculated guess. This is also quite powerful approach. Even if you do not know the accurate answer, you can guess the answer through your some calculation. So even for this calculated guess, you need to know the concept, the theory behind. So that is the thing. So that is all about this video. So I hope this video will provide you some guidance of how to prepare for the qualifier. And believe me, you might feel that this qualifier is quite a difficult thing. How will we qualify this difficult type of exam? But believe me, this is not very much difficult. So this is very quite liberal exam. So they have made it quite easy intentionally so that many student can attempt it and qualify it, and then register for the foundation. And as you progress towards the degree, so they will increase the level. So in the diploma, there will be sudden increase in the difficulty. So that's why if you are doing it sincerely, just do it and give your 100%, especially in foundation. Try to score as much as you can so that in the diploma you will not face much difficulty. In degree, you will not face much difficulty. I know many of you are doing it standalone, so just do it with sincerely and give your 100%. And that's the thing. So if you have any other question, just ask in the comment section. I will try my best to answer it. So that's all. And all the best in advance. I hope you will clear the exam with qualifying colors. So thank you for watching this video. Goodbye, take care, and happy learning.